Hey, folks, let's talk again about Massachusetts, Canton, and the Karen Reed case, the Turtle Boy case. The focus here is Michael Proctor. It is Sergeant Goode. It is Kelly DeVere, whatever she likes to call herself. And it is Commissioner Cox. And then we're going to talk about who's next. Welcome to the show. Well, to nobody's surprise, Michael Proctor is royally screwed. He will never be a cop again. He will probably have a hard time finding employment unless he wants to pack groceries at Walmart or something of the sort. And even at that, yeah, watch out. And we all, if you haven't heard it, for some odd reason, Michael Proctor's private phone, which Michael Proctor said has nothing, turned out to have hundreds of thousands of entries because Michael Proctor, disgraced former trooper Michael Proctor, forgot that he downloaded everything to iCloud. So he basically deceived the court, and then he withdrew his appeal to get his job back after the police union abandoned him spectacularly. Now, this has effect on two cases. Well, Karen Reed case, of course. It has the effect on Aidan Kearney's case, of course. But also the Brian Walsh case and the King case, where the defense attorneys are now saying, hey, give us. We really want the content of that phone. And those are the ones we know of. Michael Proctor was a cop for over a decade, I believe. Well, for a good bunch of years. Every case he's ever touched is a part, or potentially a part of having to be reviewed. And this has ramifications. And then you have Kelly DeVere. Now that's a cluster fork on its own. If you remember her, how she invented false memories and then resigned. And then you have Commissioner Cox, who is in real hot weather all of a sudden, because not only did he deny any knowledge, which turned out to be a complete lie, because there are emails to him from the FBI that says about this case, Kelly DeVere is involved in that case, yada, yada, yada. Not verbatim, of course. And the day after, he calls Kelly DeVere to a meeting. And then a year later, he claims to have no knowledge whatsoever. So, and now he was on Fox 25, I think. No, Boston 25. One of the local news channels. Ted Daniels reported on it, where he whines like a little girl about, I don't want that question ever again. I will not answer that question. I'm quite sure you don't decide that. Now, you can choose to be a little bitch and not answer, but that will make it worse. So, that's Michael Proctor, Kelly Dever, Commissioner Cox. Now, we got to a dude called Sergeant Sean Goode, who is all of a sudden placed on leave. And so that, I mean, he was kind of invisible, not the name or the face that you actually noticed in the trial. I mean, yeah. But all of a sudden, in relations to Michael Proctor's phone, he is placed on leave. And because of town officials in Canton said they learned of allegations of misconduct before deciding to place him on administrative leave. Okay, that's Sean Goode on the shopping block, as it seems. But here comes the thumbnail. Who's next? Now, we have a few candidates. Let's start with the obvious one. Yuri Buchanan, who was Reed. He was the Proctor supervisor in the Reed investigator, and he was one of the ones who received the derogatory text about Reed, allegedly. He was disciplined. He lost 5 vacation days. Oh, you poor thing. But he still has his job. Then you have, well, Kevin Albert. How is he? Oh, is he in the phone? Kevin? Are you in the phone? Kevin Albert? Kevin Albert was the one who went off to drink with Proctor in 2022. They claim they went off to this investigation of a cold case. They went away, they drank, and yeah. He's the one who forgot his gun/badge in Proctor's cruiser. He was placed on paid leave. I haven't checked out how that ever went, but that's a name. You have Sean Lank, one of the initial responders at the crime scene. He was under internal investigation, or he is still. He might still be. And then you have the rest. Names that are in the periphery. Names we might even know yet. Here's the thing: if as Michael Proctor has been a cop for well over a decade, I believe, he's worked with a lot of people, and he's apparently used his private phone for cop matters and his assigned phone for private matters. All of that can come into effect, because if he have, which he did, use his phone to gossip with friends, you can be damn sure he has done it with both his phones, with all his phones. And private phone gossiping with other cops. So all the cops who received these alleged racist, misogynistic, vile, inhuman texts from Michael Proctor and did nothing. All of them could be next. Thank you for listening in. You all have a good one, and I will see you in the next stream and video. Bye-bye.